can create advanced RAID. What do you mean by advanced RAID? In a RAID, okay, say I take a RAID, in the RAID 5, we have one strike column, I mean parity column. So parity column may be distributed all over, right? But when I'm calculating the parity and writing on the disk, before writing on the disk, there was a power failure. Then what will happen to my data? The parity check has to be written properly on the hard drive. Before it writes to the hard drive, there was a power failure.
If corrupted, volume corrupted.
So in a normal, there will be a hold, RAID hold, right? So that is avoided by RAID Z. RAID Z will rebuild it by using technology. If I take RAIDs 2, then even if there are two problems, two hard drives get corrupted. Two hard drives get corrupted, it can rebuild data. Because it has two parity columns. Okay?
So they have data in NVRAM, save data or something, or different?
It saves in the log, some logs somewhere, so from that it can build.
Oh.
Yeah. Here two parity checks are there, right?
But we need different, it cannot be run on normal controller. Or the normal controller you can run.
Oh, that's fine.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So is that a RAID Z?
Pardon?
Is that a RAID Z?
RAID is that, yeah.
RAID Z is a new
Yeah.
RAID.
Huh?
It's
That's
not-
RAID 5.
It's a RAID 5.
RAID 5.
It's exactly it's the RAID 5.
Same, but it has better features.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And whether the system can sense the RAID if I put a new card, a new disk in?
Yeah. It can immediately take that disk and also spread the IO accordingly.
Okay, if I have RAID 0.
Or RAID 0, then you
Maybe
can't
it's
do
the-
corrections, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
It should have redundancy.
No, I mean, the system will sense the disk and put in the RAID automatically.
Yeah, yeah. So that is done. This is more advanced, and there is RAID Z3 also coming, or it came, I don't know, right? It's there. Then one command to create a RAID. So it's fast for me to create RAIDs. RAID 5 I can create with, say, so many disks with one command. Then avoid PVs. I just take a disk and put it in the spool, start using. That's it. I don't have to convert that to PVs and then create volumes and then create file system. Too much. I just put it in the spool, create file system, that's it. Two commands. To create a spool, one command. Then to create a file system, another command, that's it. Right? After creating a file system, do I have to mount it?
No.
No, I don't have to mount. Do I have to update ZFS tab? No, I don't have to update. Then, auto scrubbing. Once in a way, it checks the file system, whether there are errors. It checks very in detail. And while system is online, it is doing. FSEK, I can do FSEK, but not for this, for UFS. But the file system has to be unmounted, right? But this is online, it's checking, scrubbing every few minutes. If you find error, you will know, right? Then I can have large capacity. It's the last word in alphabet. The last word in alphabet is Z, right? So this file system also the last word in size, okay? Theoretically, it can store 250 quadrillion zettabytes. Security, it has built-in security features also. And also it has, it has a built-in feature by which I can communicate with Windows machines. I can communicate with Windows machines, it has a built-in feature, right? With a command, it has a command for that, right? Then less commands to use. You have two commands, right? And self-healing. If suppose I have redundancy, either RAID 1 or RAID 5, right? If I have redundancy, right? Any redundancy, right? Even 0, 1 plus 0, all those things. Any redundancy if I have, if suppose the system reads the wrong data, it will understand the data is wrong. And it will take the data from the other copy and heal it. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because I have redundancy, it can build the data, the corrupted data from the good data. right? Like surgery, taking some another part and putting it here, right? Something like that, it heals, right? Then compatibility, it is compatible with a lot of operating systems. In future, more and more operating systems will use it, right? And also another feature is, what are the memory things now they use? What do you call it? Instead of hard drive, they use
What that?
what?
S.
What?
SSD.
SSD. It's compatible with SSD also, right? I can create pools. I can create a pool with hard drive and SSD, both of them. So what will happen? If I am accessing a particular information very, very often, that will be saved in the SSD. Right? If I have to access something very, very often, it is saved in the SSD. Then it's fast access. But after some time, if it is not accessed, it will little by little move to
Regular hard drive.
regular hard drive component. Right? So whatever is accessed very, very often will go to SSD part. And there's another part called SSD2 or something, E2 or something. There also, temporarily, it moves data there, right? Before it goes to the hard drive. For example, I want to move back some information to hard drive, but the system is busy. But temporarily it can store there, from there it can go to hard drive when the system is less busy. Okay? Then, if I want to destroy my spool, just one command. Okay? Is that spool destroy? That's it. Right? Then add disk. I can add files.
Yeah, but you remember so many, you remember 5.
No, not to remember. What are the other features you may want in a file system? You have a shot.
Or
Then what
time
else?
machine, yeah, you can go back.
What else?
And
By default, Solaris doesn't have snapshot feature unless you use virtual machine. You have to use virtual machine. It's not a backup. Okay. Then, so these things. If I want to avoid PVs, okay. If I want to avoid PVs, then I have to use AAX. AX software I have to buy, right? If I want to avoid volumes, no, everybody use volumes. If I want to do mounting, everybody does mounting, right? In Linux also you mount, right? Does it automatically mount? No.
No.
In Veritas also you mount.
Maybe.
It doesn't automatically mount. So VFS tab in the case of Solaris, in the case of HP Unix, FS tab I have to update. Linux also FS tab I have to update. In the case of AX, file systems, etc file systems has to be updated. So that is also there. Not necessary here. And auto scrubbing, maybe the other file systems also have some checking feature, but not online in the case of Solaris, right? Maybe HSFS, HSFS, I mean, some file systems have that self-checking, right, feature, but not Solaris alone, right? Large capacity, unbeatable, security-wise it has security features built in, right? So, we will talk about ZFS, right, in the class, now in the lab, right? And then we will create some Z pool and then create a ZFS file system and try to expand, try to create mirror and so on, okay? We'll take these are the different options with Z pool, right? The first command is followed by the other options. Z pool add, Z pool attach, Z pool clear, Z pool create. For what purpose? Z pool create. To create a Z pool. So you know what for what purpose it is used. Destroy, to destroy. Export, to export to another system. History, you can see all the old commands. Import, to import from, right? Then remove, to remove a pool device. To replace, scrap, all the commands are self-explanatory, all are like English. So it's not difficult. But at the same time, ZFS is not a small subject. To be an expert in ZFS, you have to keep on advancing your knowledge in this. Right? There are a lot of things are available in ZFS. We can also upgrade ZFS, right? Z-pool upgrade. I had a Z-pool which was good for ZFS, the earlier version. Now my Z-pool is not compatible with the later version of Z pool, ZFS. So I can upgrade. If my pool, I can upgrade. Right? I can offline, I can do a lot of things. RAID up to 3 is there now, right? Spare, all those things. So you can read this. It's a very good man page for you to know about ZFS. It's a very long man page. Right?
It's almost like a book.
Very, very long, right? Very, very long. Some outputs also there. See, some outputs. You can see Z pool, IO stat, right? Z pool add pool. This is like cache, adding cache. It acts like cache. Even SSD acts like cache, right? That's level 2 something, right? Anyway, quit from here.